What's up, guys? We are
Negative Results.
Today we're on the Picks and Sticks podcast.
And I'm Chris with Picks and Sticks Music Studio. And if you're new to this channel, we're an all things music channel. We like to support our local artists and bands. And tonight, as you saw, we have Negative Results with us. This is episode number 38. And if you want to see more interviews like this, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Not only it helps the channel, it helps the bands out as well because it helps promote their videos and stuff. So I'm excited to bring them in, and I don't have to really bring them in because they're right there. So, what's up, guys? I appreciate you being here.
What's going on, man? Yeah, thanks for having us.
So this is technically my second in person, but my first in person live. So this should be interesting and fun.
Glad we can be your first.
Yeah. All right, icebreaker question. If you had to pick a planet, where's Alien Girl from?
You go first, Jared.
Uranus, probably. Or like just a planet entirely made of boobs.
Yeah.
Probably. That's what I don't know.
What would that planet be called?
Boobs.
I don't know. Mars.
That's what I was gonna say. Dang,
No, me too. I was gonna say
No,
the
you
same
were
thing.
not. Mars. Collective answer.
Collective answer is Mars. Okay.
Alien Girl's actually,
All right, let's start with how did the band form? So I know you, Jared and Jackson. Sorry, I'll get it straight. Originally formed. I'll let you talk about it.
So originally, me and Jackson we were like, okay, let's just make some money, and we're gonna do like a acoustic duo thing, like playing restaurants and bars and stuff. And then we started playing together. We were like, wait, we're kind of sick as hell. Let's just start recording our own music, and then we kind of collectively wrote Alien Girl together, and we were like, I think we have something here. It's not like well or thought out yet, but like there's kind of a sound here. So all right, fuck it, dude. Let's find a drummer and somebody who's actually good at playing music, and maybe they can help us. And then we found Chance on Instagram.
That's me.
Yeah, and it kind of brought everything together. We shopped around with a couple different bassists for a while, just kind of trying to find our sound. And here recently, we were like, I think we should find somebody permanent. We kind of already found our sound and like what we want to do, like our live show and performances and everything. So let's find somebody that is cool to hang out with and cool to stick on schedule and can play the songs and gets the music and everything. So we hit up this guy that I thought was like, perfect for the role. His name's Ian. And then he was like, actually, no, but my girlfriend, will do it. And we're like, cool. So, and that's, where we got Madi from.
Nice.
So,
cool.
But yeah, that's kind of how this version of Negative Results is formed.
All right. Well, you just knocked out both questions right in a row there. I was going to talk about the new additions. So how, I had this later in the interview, but how has like Chance being part of the band now changed your writing influences and stuff like that? Or the way you
I want to
record
hear
and
this.
stuff like that.
we just write really simple guitar riffs, and then Chance plays the most complicated drum parts that sound really cool.
Yeah.
That is basically.
Well, yeah, when it was just me and Jackson, it was a lot of just like 4/4 simple drum beats because that's all I know. Like I can only hear simple drum beats and stuff. But then we'll bring something collectively to Chance, like with a rhythm section, and he's like, "All right, how can I make this shit gold?"
Pretty much, yeah.
How can I make this the hardest song ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's changed like how like I especially here recently, like after the new album, like since I'm writing, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool. Like I can hear it in my head without talking to Chance. I'm like, oh, this would be cool to do like this certain kind of drum pattern here. Or I'll send him like a text message and be like, is this too hard? And he's like, no, you idiot, I can play that.
I do not say that. I do say no, but I don't call him an idiot sometimes.
Right. So Scott, our moderator Scott's here. If you have questions in the chat, get them in, and we'll get those answered. Scott's already on top of it. He says our audio levels are low, so I'm going to try to boost those up real quick.
Boost the high, scoop the
Yeah, that's right.
mids. I don't know what that means.
All right, see if that helps. Scott, let me know if that helped. I just boosted it up, and I can go more than that as well. But awesome. So let's talk about some of your biggest influences on the band.
All right, someone else go first.
So, like, us as a collective, like, obviously being a pop punk band, we want to listen to, like, around the genre, just to kind of create something that fits the genre, but is still unique to us. So, like, we'll listen to things like Neck Deep, we'll listen to Green Day, Blink-182, very, like, generic pop punk songs, so we can kind of get the basis of what makes pop punk pop punk. And I think one thing that makes this band special is not only do we all listen to those in that genre, but we all have like our own tastes individually. So me, I listen to like a lot of metal, listen weirdly enough to a lot of classical music as well, and I kind of bring in those influences into my part. And then he'll listen to something on his own. He'll listen to something. We'll all bring like our own influences into our instrument and kind of mesh it together under like the whole umbrella of pop punk to kind of make it fit. What do you usually listen to, for example?
If I'm like sitting down and writing a riff, a lot of the times it comes out like a Def Leppard song. It's like a bunch of dad rock songs, but that's just like what I like to play.
Maddie, what do you listen to?
For writing bass for this band, I definitely listen to a lot of Green Day. Their early songs on bass are really hard to play, so they're really fun to like draw influence from. I also like to learn a lot of stuff by Paramore. Their bass lines are really cool, and then this smaller indie band called Men I Trust. I guess it's like bedroom pop, but those are mainly what I listen to when it comes to like bass.
Cool. All right. All right. So Scott says pass around the 57. So if you want to take it out of the stand and just yeah, we'll go old school. I just need to go get a bigger interface and do more mics and
Fred
stuff.
Durst. Yo,
So.
yo, yo.
Let's see, where were we? Did everybody answer that question?
Yeah.
All right. If you could play any venue, what would it be?
Any venue.
I don't know. I'd probably say, like me personally, either Madison Square Garden or Red Rocks. I think either one of those would be dope. That's my indoor, my outdoor choice right there.
I don't really know that many venues outside of Georgia, but I would say State Farm, or also I think Red Rock would be really cool to play at.
I'm more of a fan of smaller venues, so I would probably say Variety Playhouse in Atlanta or just any venue in California. Because, yeah, in the street,
What's the House of Blues? Is that still a place in LA? That'd be a cool one to play. A lot of those places closed down, but that'd be mine. It'd be like House of Blues and on like Sunset Strip in LA. It'd be really cool, really rock and roll.
What's Tony Depp's club?
The Viper Room. That's also closed.
Cool. What are your writing processes? So when you come up with your new material and stuff like that, do you typically use guitar or
Yeah. So it's usually like it starts off with just like me in my bedroom, I guess. Just like acoustically, I'll come up with some kind of rhythm pattern or something that I think sounds really cool, with whatever my like influence is at the moment. And then I'll write some just kind of bullshit lyrics that just kind of fit like the basis idea of the song, and I'll send it in our group chat and I'll say, you guys got any thoughts on this? And then no one responds for a week. And then I go hello, and then they respond after that. And then like Jackson will throw a lead on top of it. or Madi will be like, I think this kind of bass will sound cool and send a video. I don't think we really get to like the drum writing process until we're like actually like in the demo version of it. Until we're like go to my place or somewhere and like actually like lay drums down on MIDI for that. But that's kind of how like most like final demo versions of songs come out. Is that like that gateway pathway pipeline? I don't know how you say that, but you should me Jackson Maddie Chance. That's usually like the order of how the songs like go when they're being written.
What do you enjoy more, writing or performing?
Personally, writing's cool, but I don't think anything touches performing, especially with like how cool our crowds are. Writing's cool, like I think they kind of go hand in hand because the coolest part of writing is performing. So like when I'm playing on stage and like we're in the middle of a song and I'll just stop singing and hearing everyone continue to sing like the lyrics and stuff like back to me. I'm like, okay, that's so they go kind of hand in hand, but performing kind of takes the cake on that. So at least that's for me.
Oh, here comes all the questions now.
Me personally, I really appreciate the time that we have when we're writing together and we're throwing and spitballing ideas and stuff. That's probably some of my favorite parts about just like being in this band. But kind of like what Jared is saying, when you're on stage and you're performing those songs, it's an entirely different league. Like the adrenaline is running and you're just like thinking really fast but trying to focus. It's just like all that stuff going on is just a lot of fun for me personally. But like he was saying, I would probably go performing.
We haven't really written much together with me in the band yet, but I do really enjoy the performances. It's really cool to see the energy in the crowd that like is a result of what we're playing for them and like people moshing and stuff. I do really enjoy writing for bass though because with the songs we have on the set list for the show Thursday, which you should be there. But I actually rewrote the bass lines for the songs. Just something to like add a little bit more because they were majority just root notes and everything. And a lot of them are actually inspired by Green Day because their bass lines are kind of iconic. So that's been really fun, but definitely for me performing because it doesn't take as much brain power for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. I basically when I get on stage, I shut my brain off for about however long the set is, and I wake up when I get off stage. It's like I barely remember playing that song.
You're blackout drunk.
That's not true at all.
You just like come back like, why am I sweating?
But I do enjoy. You do get in your own headspace sometimes. You're like when you're looking back on it, you're like, did I look like an idiot? Did I look cool? But definitely performing more than writing. Nothing compares the adrenaline to performing on stage, especially your own music, like not just covers and stuff like that.
Cool. Amen, brother.
Amen.
All right, here's a question from Angus.
Oh God.
If you could have one music artist to feature on a song, who would it be?
Probably Jack Harlow. No.
Haley Williams from Paramore, 100%. She's literally iconic, and I look up to her a lot as an artist. So.
She just did something with Billie Eilish.
Yeah, she did something with Billie Eilish, and she did a feature with Taylor Swift as well. But like Paramore has been one of my favorite bands for literally since I was 12. So says every girl that's into like pop punk or like emo music. But yeah, she's definitely the one who got me into this kind of music like in 6th grade. So I love her, and I would just love to work with her as an artist.
All right, I got 2 answers. One in genre, one out of genre. So like one inside of pop punk, Tom DeLonge, obviously. He's like my biggest influence of all time. So I think that'd be cool. Just 2 guys that sound really whiny singing on the same song. I think that'd be super cool. Out of genre, I think Taylor Swift would be cool just because we were known as a Taylor Swift band for so long. I think that would just be like very ironic at the same time. Because for a minute before we had any music out, people just were like, "Oh, you're the Taylor Swift guys," and we're like, "Yeah, we are." But yeah,
I played that for my family first, and then showed them the rest of the music.
Yeah.
And so that kind of like set the scene. But then I was like, well, check this one, the Alien Girl, and this.
Well, they have real music too.
Yeah.
You guys have to answer that question.
It's funny because like people that don't immediately recognize the Taylor Swift song, they're like, "This is your best song." We're like, "Yeah, thanks." It's a Taylor Swift song. Jared took my answer to Taylor Swift, so I'm gonna say "Insane Clown Posse." be sick to have
Some
on
Old,
that song.
some old school.
Fred Durst.
Big Juggalo guys.
Fred Durst, actually.
I would probably say John from Point North. That would be really sick to have him on a track. But that's it. I can only think of him. John London.
John London
Yeah,
or John London?
London.
Oh, okay.
I
John
s-
London will be sick.
I say names wrong all the time, and it's embarrassing for me. Like the other day, I said, I'm not even going to admit what I said, but I totally said it wrong. All right, so Ian has a question. Do you ever find yourself in a conflict between the business side of music and the creative side of music? If so, how do you deal with it or find a good balance? That's a good question.
Wow.
We find a conflict between business and music. We usually just scramble around, like pulling our hair out. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I don't know, but usually most of the times we figure it out. I don't think we haven't figured it out yet.
Very last minute.
That's a lot of our stuff. Is like,
Every
well,
time.
we're gonna do this at the very last second, and then we work well under pressure. Diamonds are made under pressure, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I try not to get too stressed out about the business aspect of it because I have to remind myself all the time, this is supposed to be fun. You're doing this because you love it, not because you're trying to make money off of it or you're trying to like make a business out of it technically, even though that is the goal is to just be a musician and not have to be a bartender anymore. You know what I mean? Um, but I do get stressed out sometimes about different avenues and uh, different like options or choices that that we have to make either like me for the band or me for myself or the band for itself too. But um, I think collectively we have four semi-working brains in this band, so we usually make a good decision at some point. So
It helps to bounce ideas off each other and stuff.
yeah.
Especially with I would assume that helps a ton in the writing process too, because you'd be like, oh, I think this is awesome. No, that's not
Yeah,
good.
No, that happens very, very often.
Speaking of the writing process, so Alien Girl, we kind of briefly talked about that before we went live.
Mhm.
It was done with MIDI drums, and I was like, well, once you brought Chance on,
Mhm.
did that change or whatever?
Mhm.
You want to talk about that a little bit? That was kind of interesting.
So originally, when it was just me and Jackson were negative results, and that was really all it was. And we wrote Alien Girl. We just took. I was like, "Do you know how to play drums?" And he was like, "Nope." Do you? And I was like, "Nope." So we're like, "All right, how are we gonna do this?" And it was so I just got on GarageBand and I took the template Punk Drummer and I press play, and that's what we wrote to. So if you go on GarageBand and you want to sound like negative results, that's how you do it because that's literally that song. So and then once we met with Chance and he was like, yeah, I want to be in the band and everything. He was like, I remember you asking like very respectfully. You were like, hey, is it cool if I change up some of the drums on Alien Girl? And I was like, yes, like please, like have at it, change whatever you want to it. So Chance put his own spin and taste and everything on that. So yeah, that's
So
Yeah,
the
that's- that's
the
really
EP was before Chance, right?
no,
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 okay,
no, no.
okay.
The only thing that was before Chance was Alien Girl. We only
Okay.
had like one song on Spotify for a long time, and it was
Okay.
just that. And then once Chance joined the band, we did Dead and Gone Voicemail with them, and then we did the EP right after that.
All right.
So,
I found that very interesting too. You could have done the easy route, where you went from your EP
Mhm.
and just dumped them onto the album. But
Mhm.
it sounds like you guys did some edits and stuff like that.
well, in the short, well, I guess it was almost a year in between the EP and the album, but in just that short time, I think we had matured our sound a lot. Like we gotten really comfortable with kind of our roles in the band and playing with each other, and we found like a certain. Because I'll go back and look at videos, and dude, we were dog shit. I'm not. I'm no. I'm so not kidding. Like we were really bad, and we had, even from that point of just recording those couple songs on the EP. By the time that we got around to recording the album, and we were waterfalling all our songs, we were like, we can't just throw these songs on here with like new songs that we had written because it'll sound so different. So we were like, all right, we'll keep the songs, but we'll re-record them. And it is so much of a difference, like going from like new Dead and Gone to old Dead and Gone and Bad Day, whatever. But it's such a crazy difference. I noticed that the other day.
Nice.
What was the question? I'm sorry, I got
you,
like way.
you answered it.
Okay.
You did good. Talk about gear, like the guitar. It's tight. It sounds awesome. Your tone is awesome. So how are you getting this awesome?
I'm gonna let Jackson take it actually.
So our producer, guitar producer, Josh Curl, he had the Kemper. Which one? What is his version? The head. Yeah, and he was literally just like scrolling through guitar tones, and it was like the heaviest one that he like curated, and we were like, "That's that one. That's the one that you're gonna use." And then after we recorded the album, we're like, "Well, we need the on stage performance. We need the recording sound." So I had to go spend a little too much money on the Kemper stage just to get that tone. But I mean, I pretty much just go right DI from the Kemper stomp, the stage, or whatever. And that's my setup is so easy. It takes 30 seconds. I feel bad for Chance. He's got to take down all his drums and stuff like that. I'm like, mine is I put the box on the ground, I plug it in, I plug my guitar in, and then I'm good to go.
But it's pretty much giving you the same weight you recorded with.
Yeah,
what's
the exact
on
same
stage.
tone. The exact
Yeah.
same tone. Which is
we were in the studio and he was like, a couple of days prior, he was like, yeah, sorry. He was like, I made a bunch of channels for you guys, like to go through and see what you like. And it was like a bunch of pop punk ones. It was like twangy and very bright sounding and everything. And he like accidentally scrolled past this metal one, and we were like, "What's that one?" And he was like, "This isn't for you. This is for my metal band." And we were like, "No, but we like that one." And he's like, "Okay, fine." So
really?
so yeah, we recorded our pop punk album like a metal band. So
Nice. So you want to talk a little bit more about the album that just came out, right? Came out.
yeah, it just came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. July 14th is when it came out. Yeah, God, it was forever in the making. Like,
Hey, in the
We pro-
chat, what's your favorite song on the album? Put that down in the chat.
yeah, chat,
And-
throw it in there.
And what's your favorites? What was the funnest one to record?
Oh, the recording wise, oh man, I think the interlude was really fun just because you're just in a booth messing around. But there was a bit that Jackson did. We were recording the long-awaited Now, and I think we have a video of it somewhere.
That was the best one.
And like it's like during the bridge, it's like super beautiful. We have like this clean guitar tone, and Jackson just stands up and goes, "Jesus loves you," and it was just like it was. I hadn't laughed that hard.
We were like, we want to make this sound like a gospel song. Or, you know what I mean? Like, we want it to, like,
It was like when you kick into it, it sounds like you're at like one of those mega churches, and I was like, especially in the studio because it's that like nice surround sound, like the bass. You're like, it sounds like you're at one of those mega churches, and I was like, oh, this is a good joke. That was definitely the most fun.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
my favorite would definitely be that song, "The Long Waited Now." Just that bit alone, I hadn't laughed that hard in the studio. I don't think ever. Like it was like a solid 2 minutes of just laughter. I couldn't breathe. My stomach hurt. My chest was hurting. It was great.
I concur.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
actually wrote that song the night before.
Yeah, like he was saying, we work really good under pressure, and so we're like, we got to get like one more track in, guys. Like we got to make this album nice, and so we must have been writing that song for a few hours, just trying to like, all right, where are we gonna go from this part of the song to this part of the song? How do you guys think we should sound? Because it was all.
We weren't even together either. We were all at our own separate houses, and I went home and I wrote a chord progression, and I was like, all right, Jackson, what do you think of this? And like, it was just all text messages and hours of FaceTime, and it was just like, okay, I like that. Hold on, and then hang up, and then we'd record something and send it back. And
It was the most inconvenient process for our most complex song. I was like, it's the most complex song in the album, and we sat there on the phone for hours.
because we went back day 2 at the studio, and we were like, hey, we wanted to add one more song, and they were like, why? We just tracked everything. We're like, yeah, but it needs it. And yeah, God, it was so aggravating, but it came out. That is one of my favorite songs on the album. It also doesn't sound like us. Like it is a completely different. Like it's just a pop song. I think is what was so fun about it. Is
Uh,
that it wasn't just like, yeah, we sound like Blink-182. You know, it's like kind of our own thing.
I have one for Alien Girl with question marks. Like they're not sure if it's their favorite.
Alien Girl.
um, Long Away Now and Bad Day.
Bad Day's fun. I think everyone enjoys Bad Day. Like as a yeah,
It's probably one of my favorites to just perform.
yeah.
Like that song is just so much fun.
Well, the bass line you wrote for it was really cool. It added a lot, like,
Yeah.
to the actual song itself.
That song was fun to write for bass. Sorry. I'll take it. Writing that for bass was because it had a lot of space. It was just root notes, so it gave me
I don't know how to play bass, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It was a fun opportunity, and when they took me into the band, I asked. I was like, "Hey, is it fine if I write some more stuff?" Same with Chance, yeah. And Jared was like, "The bass is your instrument in the band. You write for it. Do whatever you want. You have complete freedom." And I was like, "Literally, say less." Say less. That one was fun to record though, but I didn't help record the album. I came in after that, but my favorite song on the album was "Sober," which it's not called that. It's called "What Here's Looking at You, Kid." I love the breakdown at the end, so that song is my favorite.
So are you more of a melodic player or more into the bass beat?
Yeah, when it comes to writing my own stuff for just like for fun, I think it's more melodic. I take a lot of inspo from Men I Trust, as I said earlier, and that's very bedroom pop, so it's a little bit more calm. But for them, I think I stick mostly to root notes when I need to. But if I feel like something's missing and I hear it in my head, I'll just add something a little tasteful. But I mostly just try to keep rhythm. It's pop punk, so it doesn't have to be super complicated. But it is fun to play. So
All right, I'm probably gonna say this wrong. Somebody's asking, can you play the Rude Sandstorm? Is that how you,
Who said that?
is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's like an EDM song.
I don't know.
I have to hear. I have to hear the song.
Favorite song you have all written? I guess that's collectively. I guess
Like, ever?
what was the question?
favorite song y'all have written. But we kind of answered that, I guess, unless you have one collectively that y'all like together. But yeah,
Well, I mean, collectively, we've kind of like, so we're still like on the back end of, the album dropping and stuff. So, we're still just kind of promoting that. We've done some writing in the off time. Nothing serious, though. Nothing like, we're like, all right, this is the next song for this. Like, we have a
Right.
couple songs that are on the back burner right now that like we have ready to release. So we really haven't been stressing writing music as much as we used to, because we used to just be like, all right, let's write, let's write, let's write, let's write. But now we kind of have a little discography that we can sit on to where we're now really just focused on like, yeah, that, and like how can we make our live show like more of
Right.
a performance and a like theatrical than just like four idiots getting on stage with their instruments.
We are still four idiots getting on stage with their instruments.
Yeah, but it'll be pretty now.
yeah.
all right, I'm gonna say this one was a biased statement. Martha Larson, love you guys.
That's your
You guys
mom.
Hi,
rock.
Mom.
Chance rules.
Chance does rule.
Dang.
So let's talk about the future. What are your goals for, say that the end of this year and then 2 years out?
Oh, this is a Jared.
I say my goal would be end of this year play play. That would be headline. End of the year, start playing out of state shows, a bunch of them, as much as we possibly can. 2 years, definitely be on a tour, making money, making this full time ordeal. Yeah, so that's. I feel like most of y'all would agree with that. Those two goals. Continue to write, of course, while we're doing that, but when we first started, you already kind of said it. We were writing a bunch, but that's all we kind of had to focus on because nobody was paying attention. It's like, let's just write a bunch of songs. Now we have every day is like, whoa, we got something else, got a photo shoot, got a show coming up. We got people asking to do stuff with them, stuff like that. So our time is dispersed everywhere else, but I feel like if we focus on playing out of state shows and just hit the grind with that, we'll build our fan base. Be way many more people. It'd be a lot more fun.
I was having this conversation with Chance in the car on the way over here. I was like, last year, because I mean, we really legitimately haven't been a band for that long. I was like, last year we were really, putting ourselves out there, trying to just get as many people, trying to get in front of as many people as possible. We were playing like 1, 2, 3 shows a month for anybody who would possibly listen to us, like ever. Just so if they heard the name Negative Results, it would like, spark that in their mind with our music. But now we're, thankfully and graciously, thanks to everybody who listened to us and follow us and like us and stuff, we're kind of in the position to where we can pick and choose our shows now. We can only pick shows that are like benefiting us. And, yeah, we have that luxury of being able to, book a show and, all right, it's sold out. That's cool. All right, what's next? Like what's after that? So,
Right.
Now we can like focus on other things rather than just like, okay, how can we get as many people to hear us as possible? So we're still on a grind, but it's just a different kind of grind that we're not. Yeah. Yeah.
All
Kind of like starting a business.
I have heard of this band recently. It must be one of your friends or something. But what do you guys think of Collective Karma?
I don't know much about them. There's some small like indie startup.
Is that one of your?
That's
Okay,
my
I
other
know I heard the
project.
name. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember.
Wait, who asked the question?
Strick? Is that STRIX?
Oh, Skrillex. I don't know who that is.
Asking you questions?
Maybe it's like an online name. I don't know. Collective Karma for me, like that's my other band. That's the band that really, I always feel like I'm not as good as everybody else. So that's the band that kind of pushed me to be better as an artist. And ultimately, I think that through those experiences, I felt a lot more comfortable coming into this band and feeling like I knew what I was doing because I had some previous experience. But yeah, that band's a lot smaller. We don't really have as much of a following. But yeah, if you like math rock, what?
You saying our songs are easy?
No. No, I mean, I made them more harder.
You said, wow, I didn't notice how every one of your songs is the same.
Okay, listen. But yeah, they're great. I love the people in that band. They're really great people, and they just helped me evolve as an artist. And made me feel more comfortable in what I was doing. So, all love to them. Go listen to them too.
What do you say about us?
Heartwarming. We weren't gonna get. We're not gonna get into that. Just kidding.
One more. If y'all weren't a pop punk band, what kind of music would y'all be playing?
Probably black sludge metalcore.
That
I don't know. It probably would be some type of metal adjacent band because Chance goes nuts and Jackson can scream.
I can scream really well.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
No. We'd be like a Limp Bizkit cover band, probably. Yeah. We know a couple of them, so I think we could like really get into that genre.
So no country.
No.
Oh, we can totally do country.
We have said that before. We're like, man, if we just moved to Nashville and became a country band, we would probably famous.
Yeah, we had this idea of like go under an alias and start playing shows in like college towns as Crotch Party is the name of it. But we would play pop punk songs, country, and country songs, pop punk. Because they like the bro country and pop punk go hand in hand. If you really listen to it, one's just a little cornier than the other, and that's for you to decide which one I'm talking about. Yeah.
I have this weird, like, this dream of being in an all-girl hardcore band, so that's probably what I would do.
Well, good thing we're not going.
Well, you should work on that.
All right, I'll start tomorrow.
But yeah, that would be fun. I agree. Look at that hair.
I probably won't do that.
All right, this kind of similar question. If you could choose two band artists alive or dead to tour with, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Dead and gone.
Oh. I'm gonna go with the Doors. The Doors would be so fun. I feel like.
Wait, you just want to do peyote or Morrison?
Yeah.
You're right.
Wow. Thanks for making my point. And I don't know. Probably we'll go modern, like Blink-182. That'd be really fun. I feel like everybody that goes to their shows would love our music. So
I would say Green Day, but like mid '90s Green Day. I feel like would be really really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably say I think it'd be really cool to go on tour with Neck Deep. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Just like
Well, they're British as hell. That would be fun.
that would be.
Talk normal.
I'd say Fallout Boy. Fallout Boy would be fun because I think, if Fallout Boy ever sees this, ever,
They're watching right now.
I think we do Fallout Boy songs just as good, if not better, than them. So I think that would be fun.
That sounds like a challenge.
Fallout Boy, we're calling you out right now. No, yeah, I don't know, or like Biggie or something. That would be fun. Just like a really hardcore ass rapper. Tupac, Eazy-E, Dude, no, Wu-Tang Clan. I want to go on tour with Wu-Tang. I got a Wu-Tang tattoo. That'd be so sick.
That'd be fun.
Final answer.
What's each member's favorite bit to do during shows?
I do this. Okay, I just recently discovered my new favorite bit. So it's like, right after like 2004, like one of our more energetic songs, I like to play some pretty chords, and I'll go, all right, everybody, I'm just going to take it down for a minute. I want to, this is a part of the show where I invite my girlfriend on stage, and I sing a song to her. So Jackson's mom, if you're out there. People dig that one. So that one's funny. Or when people beg me to take my shirt off, that's always fun. Remember that one dude that like begged me really hard to take my shirt off? That was kind of creepy.
he's like, take it off. It was like,
The bit was
5
over because
songs
everybody's like,
after
take it off. Take it off. And I was
that's
like,
probably my favorite bit to do. 'Cause it gets so uncomfortable.
And I was like, no, like I'm not. That was at Vinyl. And then the bit was over, and this guy kept going. He was just like, yo, take your shirt off.
No, like seriously.
Yeah, I know. He's like being really creepy about it. And I was like, man, I need somebody to walk out of my car with me after the show.
I'm gonna go, and then you can go. I think one of my favorite bits is one that I am in no control over. It is when it could happen, it might not happen. It depends on how Jared is feeling. He'll go, all right, guys, let's do my favorite game. Chance, do something really cool. And then I have to like panic and then think of something on the spot really quick. Kind of keeps me on my toes.
Mine is definitely when we like do like a Fall Out Boy cover, and Jared doesn't do it on purpose, but he like slips into Patrick Stump, like he like does an impression on stage, and it makes me laugh every time because he's like Patrick it off. He's like, "Why'd you laugh?" He goes, "You were doing a Patrick Stump impression, were you not?" He goes, "No." It's like, "Well, you were." So it's so funny.
I don't talk during shows, so I don't do anything.
My favorite bit is when my favorite bit's when Maddie doesn't talk.
My favorite bit is being silent. That is-
people really awkward.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making eye contact with just one person the whole show and just stare at them the whole time.
But make it feel like they're being awkward.
Oh
About
yeah,
it.
but
Like, why are you
why
looking
are
at
you
me?
staring at me? It's really weird.
All right, another question here. What's your all's favorite song at the moment? Not necessarily your song.
I had to go through my research.
And then I guess a follow up to it was, what's your favorite song on Spotify at the moment?
I always fall back into Can't Kick Up the Roots by Neck Deep.
Oh, I love that one.
That one.
I don't know
I
what mine
always
is.
come back. That entire album, Life's Not Out to Get You by Neck Deep, will probably forever be like one of my favorite albums to listen to.
My favorite song right now is "Snowblind" by Black Sabbath. I don't know why, but every time I turn it on, I just want to like punch a hole in the wall. I'm like, yes, I love this song.
Right now, probably Trilogy by Silent Planet. A lot more of a heavy song, but I don't know, something about that song. Kind of like what you were saying. I want to punch my my drywall. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to destroy something listening to that song.
Probably Deftones.
No, that's
We just got a copyright strike.
yeah. This video's getting taken down. Mine's probably "Colorblind" by Movements. It's like an emo song, but it's like I don't know. Yeah, classic emo song. Always good. Oh yeah, you should listen to it sometime maybe. Great song.
All right, where can people find your music? Obviously, Spotify.
Negative Results, pretty much on everything. Negative Results official on pretty much everything. Besides Twitter, Results Negative. Got it backwards on that one, but yeah, Instagram Negative Results official, Spotify Negative Results, Facebook Negative Results, our website negativeresults.net, Apple Music Negative Results. You can check out my personal OnlyFans at Negative Results. Yeah, we are Negative Results.
I think we are on like all streaming platforms. Yeah.
Snapchat Negative Results. No, our music's on Snapchat though.
Yeah, and I have your website popped up.
We gotta update that bad boy.
Make sure it's your website. How do I edit? The three of you looking down at camera, right?
Correct.
All right.
That's got our TikTok on there too. Negative Results
All right.
official.
So I will put this website down in the description. It's not there right now, but it has their links for everything, so it should make it easy for you guys to navigate and get to their stuff. If you want to say what the name of what's the website? It's
NegativeResults.net.
awesome. You guys want to talk about anything else or plug anything or shows? Where can people see you play?
This Thursday we're playing at the Masquerade Purgatory. I would say buy a ticket, but we sold it out, so I'm sorry.
Show up and
Try and sneak in.
beg.
Yeah,
That
sneak
could be
in.
cool.
I don't know. Yeah, just show up.
Beg the door.
I don't know. We can live stream it. That would be fun. Sold out, live stream it. We might live stream it. So I don't know. Go check us out on Instagram on Thursday. Yeah,
Jump
yeah,
off.
yeah. Jump on stage, jump off stage.
Jackson.
Punch Jackson in the face. Take your shirt off. Mosh around a little bit. Crowd kill. Whatever, man.
Do you have a place where people can see like a list of your shows? And
Yeah,
stuff?
on our website or on our
If I
Instagram.
missed
Yeah,
it.
we have our upcoming show dates and everything on there. Also go listen to our album. It's Always Been Us. Came out last week. So yeah, please, if you want us to be famous or something, go listen. Whatever. Justify us paying as much money as we have for the album by listening to it a couple times.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys being here with us and everything, and driving all the way over here. And
We actually brought you a gift for having us.
oh,
actually.
nice.
Yeah. So we brought one of our. You get the first print. No one's got this yet.
Oh, wow.
It's of our new merch that'll be at the Masquerade on the 27th.
Oh,
This
nice.
is hoping for negative results. It has a pregnancy test on it. So.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Thank you, man. And so they really are here. It is. Well, let me put it on this one.
Yeah, we're not faking it.
Yeah, I am here. We're just standing to do this. But this is awesome. I need to do more of these. Obviously, I need to get my audio stuff upgraded and stuff to do more of these because I think this is definitely more fun doing this versus remotely. So I'm glad you guys talked me into doing it in person. I was like, "You sure you want to do it in person?" You're like, "I want to do it in person."
Yeah,
yes.
Like, okay.
It flows a lot better when you're all in the same room.
Right.
We did one for Rock 100.5 over like Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Now it's like a pain in the butt.
Was that with Jackson? Yeah, Jackson. He's awesome. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate Hold on, there's more coming in. All right, best merch ever.
Yeah.
All right.
Greatest merch of all time.
Let's go.
Let's go
Katrina.
golf.
She actually designed that.
Let's go
Actually, shout out to her. She actually designed that shirt.
Oh, nice. Good job. I'm glad I saw that.
Big shout out. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here, and everybody, thank you for watching. And go straight home.
Yeah.